Jodie, probably summed up many things in the series. I guess some of the problems that you had out there in the field and with the bat today.
Yeah, look, I suppose after the first 6 we didn't have too many on the board, and I think we were just chasing our tail for the rest of the batting innings, and we just kept losing consistent wickets. So, that was a bit disappointing, and then to have to defend 91 on that wicket was pretty tough.
Yeah, again, you changed your opening bowl partnership, but that actually worked pretty well for you. Was that something that you can take out of this?
Yeah, look, I was really happy with how Sarah Coit stood up again, got a Sinelli wicket, and pretty impressed with Holly's first couple, to be honest. So we knew we needed wickets to win the match, and we had to get them early, and I was pretty impressed with their 4 overs.
What do you think the main things that you've learned from this tour that you've had to change or improve or take home?
Yeah, there's a lot that we've learned. I think, to be honest, I think it's a lot to do with self-belief and confidence, because as I said in the post-match, I think we've done the hard work. We came here, we were the fittest we've been, even post-World Cup. We worked really hard on our skills to come here, and I think sometimes you just got to get out in the middle and back the ability and the skills that you've got, and I suppose that was, for me, what was missing most of the tour.
And so why weren't you able to talk people into feeling good, or, how do you lose that, and then how do you get that? Because obviously you tried to get it back this series and it didn't work.
Yeah, I don't know. I suppose as captain, I tried to lead by example and try to keep being positive, and that's all you can do. I know Fitzy as coach kept speaking to us about being positive, backing our skills, having the confidence in our own games, and there's only so much that the coach can do, and they sit off the park once we get on there, and it's our responsibility once we get on the field to put the performances on the board, and unfortunately we didn't do that this tour.
And how do you regroup? You're happy to be going home, and then when do you actually come back together again?
Yeah, I think we'll head home tomorrow. I suppose have a pretty small rest. Our club season starts in a couple of weeks' time, and then our domestic in about a month. So I suppose most of the girls are looking forward to going back to their own states. There's lots to work on, lots to improve on, and we've got a lot to do between now and January to come out here and compete with the England side.
And do you have a fixed debrief? Are you the kind of people that sit down and go, right, you need to do this, or do you keep it positive?
Yeah, I think it's really important to keep it positive at the end of the tour. We keep it pretty consistent with player reports at the end of each tour, and the coach will obviously give us some feedback on our own individual games and what we need to improve on. But I suppose tonight it'll just be about taking some time out to not necessarily enjoy it, but just have a chat over a couple of drinks tonight, and probably work out what we can do to be a better Australian team.
The England bowlers talked throughout the series about how knowing the conditions and the wickets and kind of using them to their advantage. Going back to Australia, how much is it going to help you having your own conditions and wickets you're familiar with?
Yeah, look, we love playing in Australia. We wanted to come here and perform well, and to be honest, it's pretty disappointing to be sitting here as a losing captain, having lost, four games in a row, and pretty convincingly in England's favour. So I guess when we go back to our conditions, we know what it's like. We're pretty confident playing on Australian batting wickets. But as I said, we've got to stay positive as a group now and go home and look forward to the new day, because that's all you can do. Wake up, tomorrow's a new day, and all you can do is keep working on your game.
A couple of questions, please. In what way do you think England have improved since last year?
I think just across the board, they've just been disciplined in all areas. They've been disciplined in batting. They've had pretty much every game they've played, they've had a great opening bowling partnership with Annie Shrubsole and Catherine Brunt, and I know that that's something that we really lacked as a side. And just their general, they're very well led by Charlotte Edwards in the field, and they all do their jobs. They all know their jobs well, and they do them to the best of their ability.
And the other question is, please, given that Holly Furling's only 17, to what sort of pace do you think she'll be able to increase that to as she grows?
Oh, look, she's an exciting talent. I guess she's almost like what Elise Perry was like when she came through as a 17-year-old. We call her, gangly sometimes. She's all arms and legs, and I'm sure when she gets her core strength going that she's going to bowl quicker and faster. But for me personally as a captain, it's really important that she becomes a really disciplined, consistent bowler, and I suppose that's something that she's really taken out of this tour.
Do you think she will become the fastest bowler that women's cricket has had?
Possibly, I think Elise and Catherine are obviously probably the fastest in the world at the moment, up there with Julan Goswami, but I expect in a few years' time that you'll see a pretty pacey Holly Furling, and I know that's something on the Australian wickets that it'll be really beneficial for our side with both Elise and Holly bowling on those wickets.
You mentioned the other day it's been a bit of a tough series for Elise. Can you sort of put your finger on why she's maybe been a bit flat?
As I said, Elise is a great player, really talented player, and a really important part of our team. As I said, it's for us. I don't think it's just Elise that's had slightly down tour. I think all of us have, and we've all got to go home now and look for those 1-2% in what we can improve on.
You talk about the missing that opening bowling combo. What's the ideal? Is it having Furling and Perry, bowling the team?
I suppose with bowling partnerships, it can change game by game, and for us, it could be different between the Test match, the ODI, and the T20. And I really back all of our bowlers, and I'm sure they're going to come back stronger in the series to come.